We're less than 75% of budget right now from a build out, which never happens when you go quickly, which is super exciting. And then ultimately, what our plan is brute force expansion right now.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Mark Jensen. He's the CEO of American Resources Corp. And Mark, it's great to see you again. How are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing well, doing well. Really interesting news release out from the company today talking about your subsidiary, ReElement Technologies, and your facility in Marion, Indiana. Now, we've talked about this in the past, and you mentioned there's lots of room there for expansion. So that's what today's news release is about. Talk to me a bit about what you're saying in today's news.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been working with a lot of our defense and commercial customers and wanted to understand the overall capacity that we're building out for. As we started building the facility, the demand started increasing, and so we ended up expanding some of those lines. So from, I think previously we mentioned it was going to be around 8,000 metric tons. Right now it's greater than 16,000 metric tons of capacity. And multi-mineral, multi-feedstock. So the ability to meet the high value needs of a lot of our defense customers is now able to be satisfied through Marion.
Mark, can you talk a bit about how the plant works? Because you mentioned you deal with a number of different elements and metals. There's a ton of them. So can you talk to how it works? Can you do the same in the same area, or how that process is done?
Yeah, absolutely. So one, we're working with phenomenal partners on the equipment manufacturing side of things that a lot of our equipment gets modularly built and then brought in site and installed. And so that gives us the ability, one, to expand really rapidly, and then two, be very versatile in terms of what we produce and what materials we can produce from. But we're very different. I mean, I've run heavy media separation plants that could process 17 million tons a year for the last 20 years. This is extremely different than that. It's using our technology is production line oriented. So we can add production lines as demand increases. We can add production lines to produce different products. And we can do that over time and do that very, very rapidly. So ultimately, it takes about 6 to 9 months to build out a plant, especially given the base load infrastructure is being installed today for these 4 lines.
Yeah, and just to remind everyone, this is all at a cost that's much more attractive than, as you mentioned, some of the plants you worked in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to give huge accolades to our team. One, we're doing something really, really quickly. Two, we're way under budget. We're less than 75% of budget right now from a build out, which never happens when you go quickly, which is super exciting. And then ultimately, what our plan is brute force expansion right now. So our goal is get up running really quickly so we can satisfy the needs within the defense and commercial industry today. And then over the next 2 years, it's further optimizing to drop costs. I mean, our goal is to compete head on head with cost with the legacy producer, which is China, and continue to enable our business to compete with them on cost and drive down cost even lower. Let's race to the bottom, offer our customers a better price point.
Yeah. And also the key to this is you mentioned you're sort of in phase one right now, which is going well and under budget, but the ability and the size is to phase in as the demand grows. I guess that's kind of what you were saying earlier, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is a 42-acre campus, 400,000 square feet under roof. We're going to use about 160,000 square feet of that under roof today. So right now we're already in development on other products like scandium. We're starting to get a lot of inbound around that, ytterbium. Starting to get a lot of inbound there, as well as tungsten. And so the ability, once we develop those processes, the ability to add those additional production lines, and we're already working on feedstock for a lot of those products today, is very real and present to start meeting more demand of all these minerals. I mean, you can't be tied to one mineral. If you're tied to one element or two elements, you're in trouble because China's going to play games with those prices. Being able to produce a wide variety of products gives us diversification and be able to meet more of the actual needs that are taking place within our country and our allies.
And just really quickly, the initial target you mentioned was the third quarter of 2026. That's still active?
Yeah. We're working on a couple different production lines will be up and running pretty quickly here. And then we'll continue to phase in the other production lines and additional production lines over time as well. But yeah, we're hustling. We gave our team a really tight time frame, and they're stepping up to the demands that our customers are giving us and the country.
All right, Mark, we'll leave it there. Thanks very much for the update. Appreciate it. Good to see you again.
Awesome. Thanks for your time.
All right, Mark Jensen, the CEO of American Resources Corp.